All right, everybody, we are back with another one of my new CD purchases video. I am Gary of the Elysiums. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like this video, feel free to share this video. I greatly appreciate everyone that supports my channel. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So today we have a little Mod Podge here. We got some classic soul and R&B. We got some classic rock. We got some indie rock, some metal, some blues. We're gonna get right into it though. First up, I don't have anything by this girl group. I have some of their songs on like compilations, but I'm not a big compilation guy. I'd rather just hear the entire artist on one album, and it's the Shirelles with their greatest hits. This is just one of those cheap Curb compilations. As you see there, their cover of Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, which they made famous, written by Jerry Goffin and Carole King. Mama Said is also on here, Soldier Boy. Some cool standards from the R&B soul years in the late 50s and early 60s. Then we have some 70s soul, R&B, whatever I'm going to call it. The Five Satins. I'm sorry. The Five Stair Steps. So this is a collectibles release. I know they still actually do a catalog, believe it or not. And it's cool to look through. Nothing that rare they release, but they do have a bunch of like compilations from artists that you don't really hear anymore. A lot of 50s, 60s, like Motown-esque bands, classic like crooners and things like that. 50s, like Paul Anka and Neil Sedaka, but they do have some rock in there also, like 70s and 80s, and I don't think there's anything in the 90s, but yeah, anyway, if you look at their website collectibles, you can order the catalog. Ooh Child, that was Ooh Child, that was the big hit from the Five Stair Steps. Next, we have Twisted Sister with Love Is for Suckers. This is actually one of the two Twisted Sister albums that I was missing to complete my catalog. The other one now being Under the Blade, which is extremely rare to find. And if you look for it online, it is super expensive. So that's the reason I've held off on that. If anyone has it for sale, let me know for a reasonable price. Yeah, this is an original 1987 pressing. It even has the little Twisted Sister on video, VHS. This come out and play. You can order it there for, how much did it cost? $19.98 plus $3 shipping and handling. Remember those days before the internet when you would send away for something? Well, please wait 6 to 8 weeks. It was like, they took my money. Am I going to get my product, and when's it going to come? It always felt like it took so much longer than 6 to 8 weeks. But anyway, back to this album. I like this album from Twisted Sister. Yeah, it's not Under the Blade. It's not Stay Hungry. Still some really good songs on here. I mean, the title track itself, Wake Up the Sleeping Giant, which opens it. I like it. It's, like I said, you got to go into it realizing that it's not the same sound as Stay Hungry. It's not as heavy. It's not as hard, but it's still a really good album. We're going back to the 70s soul with the Delphonics. La La Means I Love You. That is their biggest hit. This is the definitive collection released on Arista Records. The club version. It's BMG club version. But yeah, I was kind of surprised but happy at the same time to find all these artists that I've been missing in my, my soul and R&B collection, because I'm a big fan of, like, yeah, I don't know every single, like, there's 20 tracks on this. I don't know all 20 songs. I don't know if I'll be able to get through the entire CD. I may. But, like, La La Means I Love You is an amazing song. It just takes me back to, being a kid and listening to the oldie stations at the time. And my grandfather, he had a 1956 Ford F-100, and we would just, drive around that on a cool, crisp night, usually in the summer or spring. And, you know, it takes you back to memories with that music playing and driving in that classic car. Really good times. Next, we have Aretha in Paris. This is one of those, so it's a Rhino Records release, but it's one of those, like, CDR ones. I've never actually seen this album or knew about it, so when I saw it, I immediately picked it up because, you know, obviously Aretha Franklin's voice is amazing. This is from 1968, excuse me. 1968 release. Hits from Boz Scaggs. Released in 1980. I mean, you can tell by the cover there. He's that style with that pink blazer with the shoulder pads. I have Silk Degrees, and I have Down to Then Left from Boz Scaggs. Oh, and the debut album, which is, you know, great. But that's really all I have from him. So this Hits is a just 10-track compilation. And this, for some reason, I never owned. Authorized Greatest Hits by Cheap Trick. I have the, was that the 93 Greatest Hits CD, but I don't have this one. 16 tracks on here. Covers a little more. The only thing I don't like is they do the live version of The Flame on here. Which, you know, say what you will. Yeah, that's not Cheap Trick, whatever. But I don't, I love that song. I think it's absolutely great. And it doesn't get as much play as it should. It's such a classic 80s song. My only argument about this CD is Gonna Raise Hell is not on it, which I think it should definitely be on here because it's one of their biggest and heaviest songs. And it's pretty well known. It's played in movies. It's still played on radio here and there. But it's not on here. Of course, it has the live versions from At the Budokan with, you know, I Want You to Want Me and Ain't That a Shame. Next up, we have that deluxe edition of In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida from Iron Butterfly. I just had the standard CD version. So I saw this and decided to pick it up. It didn't come in the box. Well, it doesn't have the booklet with it. That comes in that little slipcase box. And the cover has been replaced. The cover is kind of lenticular, where this butterfly will move. So in my travels, if I come across a CD with a cover like that, ooh, psychedelic. If I come across a CD with a cover like that, I'll pick it up and just to replace the case. You know, not something expensive, something I'll find for $1 at like a thrift store or Goodwill. All right, next we have The Best of Pete Townshend. I own all his solo stuff and everything from The Who, but I don't have the greatest hits of Pete Townshend. This is called Cool Walking, Smooth Talking, Straight Smoking, Fire Stoking. Again, just covers everything from his 80s solo output up until the 90s. This is a 1996 release. Yeah. BMG club version. Doesn't have his stuff from Who's First, or some of the stuff he did. And I'm sorry, it is Pure and Easy's on here, so I missed that the first time I looked at it. Next we have Lucifer with Lucifer 1. This is the debut album, I believe, from Lucifer, who is a doom metal band. Really, really good. I forget where they're from. I want to say Sweden. Maybe Germany. So this was recorded, mixed, and mastered in Berlin. So maybe they're German. I'm not sure. But yeah, female vocalist Johannes Adonis, absolutely great. It's just a really cool, doomy, sludgy. I shouldn't use the word sludgy. Just a really cool doom album that you can kind of relax and play super loud. You know, the color is kind of weird for a satanic doom metal. It's kind of like this seafoam green. But that's the color of my main guitar, so I'm okay with it. We have one of those official, unofficial bootlegs that I always talk about from Metallica. This one is live in 2008 from the New York City radio station K-Rock. This is, I'm sorry, California. I don't know why I said New York City. Live at the K-Rock Weenie Roast. Irvine, California. Just a regular 14-track set list. Since it came out in 2008, I kind of just picked it up without looking at the track listing because it's Metallica. I already know I'm going to like it. So I thought they would be doing some songs from Death Magnetic, but then it's May 2008, and I think Death Magnetic came out in like October. I think it actually came out on Halloween Day, or close to Halloween. But yeah, nothing on here. It's basically stuff from the first, do I want to say the first 5 albums? No, I don't. I want to say the first 5 albums minus Kill 'Em All. Nothing from Kill 'Em All. Fuel's on here from Reload, and then they end with that cover of So What that's featured on the Garage Inc. double CD. As you've seen these past couple videos, I've been on a replacements kick. So we have Paul Westerberg. This is Suicane Gratification. Digipack, whoever sold this originally in a used store decided to use this extra puffy UPC, which I can't take off because it's going to rip the Digipack. So I'm just going to leave it. That's such a cool picture of Paul there. So yeah, if you own a CD store, stop putting stickers on your Digipacks. Don't do it. It's horrible. And this one I thought I had. It's come up in my Discogs when I was at the store, so I picked it up anyway because I would have been mad if I passed on this and I really didn't have it, but I'm pretty sure I do. 14 songs. This is his, I believe this is his first solo album after leaving the Replacements, released in 1993. You know, he did those awesome songs for the single soundtrack, Waiting for Somebody, and I can't remember the name of the other song, but they were super cool. I love those songs, but this is basically his first solo, even though, you know, All Shut Down can technically be called his first solo album. Bo Diddley, thought I had this one too. Wasn't in my Discog, so I gotta double check to see if I actually do have it. 2 for 1 was his first 2 albums, Bo Diddley and Go Bo Diddley. 24 tracks total. Released by MCA Records. Those MCA Records original releases all the same spine. They're all similar color. They're either like pinkish or just teal color, or there's a orange one. But yeah, Bo Diddley, I mean, he's a classic. He's a you know, an original rock and roll star. He's a blues star. Huge guitar hero. Highly influential. I mean, the song Bo Diddley itself, I'm a Man. Before You Accuse Me is on here. Great artist. All right, next we have Exodus, Force of Habit. This is an original release from 92. Capitol Records. Exodus, the great thrash metal band with Steve Souza on vocals. This is one of the classic top 4 albums with Steve Souza. You know, Bonded by Blood was recorded with Paul Bailoff on vocals, so that's my favorite Exodus album. That's highly regarded as one of the greatest thrash metal albums of all time and one of the greatest Exodus albums of all time, or the greatest Exodus album. This other stuff is just as awesome. Gary Holt's on there. He's been on every Exodus album. And we got this. This is also an original pressing of Impact is Imminent, released in 1990 on Capitol Records. Open up there so you can see the disc. You know, these are going for a decent amount. Let's show the disc on that one. These original pressings. I've seen some recently re-released remasters of these albums. Looks like they're Japanese pressings, but I'm glad to have the original pressings. It's just like, yeah, the other ones might sound better. They might have better sound quality, but this is like old school thrash, like the way I want to hear it. Napalm Death, Smear Campaign. This is from their current death metal years. They started out as basically kind of helping invent grindcore. Their landmark, you know, highly influential album, iconic album. Scum was one of the first albums to introduce grindcore. They ended up turning into a great death metal band, and that's the way they went. And this is a, what's this from? This is a 2006 Century Media release. Then we have the progressive, I guess we get to call them, do we call them progressive death metal? I don't know, or just progressive metal. I feel like they're maybe progressive extreme metal. I feel like they're too extreme to be called just progressive metal. Meshuggah, Catch 33. This is when was this released? This was 2000. Sorry, the dogs are going crazy. 2005 release. This is a Nuclear Blast? Yeah, Nuclear Blast Records. The other one from Overkill I was missing. This is called From the Underground and Below. Overkill, such an awesome band. Right out of New Jersey. Solid band, never changed their sound, always stayed the same. You always know what you get from an Overkill album. You can always play it safe getting an Overkill album because you know it's going to sound like Overkill, and they never change their sound. Now we have some, what do you call this? Deathcore, metalcore. Thy Art is Murder with Hate. I remember, I thought I had this album years ago. It's a 2013 release, but maybe I didn't. Yep. Yeah, this was new. This jewel case it's too big for the CD. I gotta change that. Cool picture there of that, I guess it's kind of like a demon rising up out of, I don't know what it is. Kind of looks like a Roman Colosseum behind them. Rising up of, like, I guess the fires of hell. Blues legend, John Lee Hooker with Don't Look Back. This is one of his final studio albums. This was released in 1997. I believe he passed away in like 2001 or 2002. Great artist, John Lee Hooker. One of the biggest names in blues, and he influenced so many stars like Bob Dylan and the Rolling Stones, the Aerosmith. Just a very influential blues artist. All right, we got two left. The Best of Earth, Wind, and Fire, Volume 2. Volume 1 is that one with the red cover, and it's got the gold symbol in there. Everyone owns that. You don't see this too often, so I had to pick it up when I see it. I'm a huge fan of Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think they're such a good band. If you listen to their albums, yeah, their hits are huge. They're highly catchy, but their albums, when you listen to everything on there, it's a really good time. It's really good music. And the last one today, we have The Human Factor from Metal Church. Metal Church, I feel like, is a band that doesn't get the recognition it deserves. They are a really good heavy metal band. They're thrash metal, heavy metal, just really good band. And their debut album, In the Dark, did have some praise, but I feel like no one really talks about it too much anymore. I know they just released a kind of a box set of their albums remastered. This is a music on CD remaster. And one that I've actually don't think I've ever heard it, unless I streamed it just to listen to it, which I don't usually do, but sometimes I'll do that just to hear a couple songs. So excited to finally have this in my collection. All right, everyone, that is my latest new CD purchases, and I gotta start like a GoFundMe or something just to keep making these videos, because this stuff is not cheap. But yeah, just joking on that. But anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching. And like I said, if you didn't hit already, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And I will check everyone in the next video. Take care.